Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk, and today's topic is let's talk about the version of you no one claps for. So this version of you is someone who keeps going but isn't getting any recognition. You show up, stay kind, put in effort, and it still gets overlooked. First, when you do all of these things, do not look for anyone's validation in the process. You continue to do these things because all of it is going to pay off and work in your favor. If we just stay kind and put in the work and not expect everyone to clap at everything that we do, you'll live peacefully and you'll just live a better life. Like, I know when I start new things and when I do new things, I kind of stay away from letting people know right off the bat. Like, if I let someone know, it'd be like someone very, very close to me, but I just don't want to tell everyone, especially if it's just a thought or a new thing that I'm doing or a new idea, because things that people don't know about, they can't really crush, and some people are realists. They live in this different reality than maybe you live in, and they won't understand. So instead of looking for them to understand, just understand yourself and continue to do what you feel in your heart is the right thing to do. Next is the version of you who's healing privately. Now, when we heal, it's often a complicated thing because we never know where to start. But I can tell you the first thing of healing is to let go of all the trauma or things that have hurt you in the past. And people say that and it's not that easy. I can't just get over it. But healing is tapping into those different outlets that you've either ignored or forgot about and re-entering them into your life because it's for a reason. When we go through different things that hurt us or make us feel low, it's something within us that's letting us know we need to go back into the things that make us happy and to the things that we used to do if we were really young, or just think of a time where it was just I was doing this one thing and I loved it so much and it was just so healing to me. That's where the healing comes in, because healing isn't just crying. Of course, let it out, but that's not the whole process of healing. It's a process, but I just say start with those outlets that you've either forgot about or let go of. Re-enter them in your life and make them renewed. I know when I was going through things, I always loved to write, always loved to journal, and now I've created a whole journal business. Or I've always loved music, writing music, and I've tapped back into that and I'm creating music now on a more routine basis. So when you go through things, it's low-key hinting you need to get back into the things that brought you joy and what you were passionate about. Next is the version of you who chooses peace over proving a point. Now, if you're someone who's very argumentative, or just you get caught up into these situations and you're trying to prove yourself, but either that person's not listening, they're kind of earing you out, choose peace. Do not force anyone to get your point or to understand you. Say what you need to say, get your points across, and then just choose peace after that. You're I've made my peace, I'm done. I've told you what I needed to tell you. There's nothing to go forward. If we don't agree, just choose, or what is it? Agree to disagree. I'll just agree to disagree with you because I can't prove this thing to you, stress myself out trying to prove it to you, and you're not going to prove this to me, so let's just move on. And I feel more situations need to happen like this. Everyone has an opinion, and it's not our job to have someone else believe something that we believe. We can put it out there, we can suggest it, but we cannot force anyone. So just choose peace over trying to prove a point. Next, the version of you who doesn't have the results yet but is working so hard. Now, if you're in your grind thing right now, you're grinding with whatever you do and you're not seeing results right away, don't worry. It doesn't mean that it's not coming in the long run, and great things take time. So you should be glad, okay, this is just another day of me working and it's all gonna pay off in the future. If you start to see results too soon, you should be a little okay, what's going on? Because everything takes time. Everything is a process, and I feel in today's fast world, everything happens so fast and we get information so fast that we expect everything to be fast, but results are gonna happen when they happen. You just gotta stay passionate about what you're working on, and you gotta stay dedicated and driven, because driven and consistency they're not talked about. When people are always saying, oh, you want to start this, then this is all you need to do. like, it's not just an overnight thing. If anything is, like, it's not overnight. You have to stay driven and stay consistent. Consistency is so key at whatever you do, and you will start to see that success very soon. Next is the version of you who claps for others but rarely gets the same in return. So if you're someone who's always supporting, being helpful towards other people, like all the time, like you're kind of like that therapist of the group, and you never get the same in return, it's like I had that same thing where I would always be there for people and people always come to me, but it felt kind of weird if I went to people. I just didn't feel like it was my place to share things with people, and maybe it's because I'm reserved. Like, I really didn't mind not sharing my life with other people because I keep everything kind of like to myself, or I just pray about it. I don't really go to other people seeking advice. But if you really do want to have like the advice of other people, don't be afraid to just be like, hey, I've been feeling this way, like, what do you think I should do? Like, just make sure you're open and not really closed off. But if you're someone who really doesn't want to explain your problems to people, I say journaling. Journaling is so big because it lets out everything that's going on in here in your mind and putting it on paper and really seeing it at face value. And then now that it's like out there, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do about it? What's next? We gotta keep it moving. We can't just be stuck in the same place. And I feel like there's two sides to it. You don't really have to go out seeking for other people like giving you advice, but I really advise that, and like having a mentor, some type of like mentor, because I know I've really been looking for a mentor, like creatively, like a creative mentor. But yeah, if you're just stuck and you just feel like I'm always supporting other people but I never get support back, be more open towards things. Don't really close off right away. And also, if you're not into other people, journal instead. Next is the version of you who does the right thing when it's the hardest choice, meaning you kind of go through the harder path because it's the right thing to do rather than the easy path because it's the wrong thing. And I'm telling you right now that keep doing that, because that's real strength. Like, again, this goes hand in hand and things take time. Like, if you choose the hardest route, don't even look at it as this is the hardest route. Just look at it as I get to do this. I get to experience this. I get to make mistakes, and it doesn't mean that I'm failing. It means that I'm learning. It means that I'm growing. If we just always take the easy way out, we're never gonna grow, and we're just gonna be like, oh, this is just too easy. And at the end of it, it's like, I don't even feel like I earned it really, because it was just super easy. I feel like we need those obstacles and those things to overcome. So like afterwards, when we look back, we're like, all that happened for a reason. I'm the person I am today because I went through that. And instead of looking at it from like a fearful approach, it comes off as like, I'm ready for this. Like, I got this. Next is the version of you who finally is setting boundaries for yourself. So if people call you like distant, or when you're just trying to learn to love yourself, like that time where you really just take into yourself and you're secluded from everybody, all the outside noise, I don't get when people take it personally, because I know, like, if my friend or like if someone is going through something, I want them to take that time. I want them to be like, okay, yeah, go love yourself, because I know when you put into yourself and you love yourself, then that comes out with other people, with your family, with your friends. When you're lost and you don't really know who you are, that's where like disassociation comes in, and you don't really remember all the great memories that you experienced at that time because you were so lost, or you were just like, you just weren't there. It wasn't clicking. So when you learn to love yourself inside and out, flaws and all, it will really open your eyes, and you'll even look at the world differently. You'll look at people differently, because no one is perfect. Everyone has something that they just overthink about, and just learn to love yourself, and you can show up for people in the best way possible. Next is the version of you who's learning how to rest. If you're someone who's always on the go, moving so fast, girl, rest is your best friend. Don't let anyone tell you that rest is lazy. You're so lazy, you don't do anything. Rest is needed. It's part of your survival process. Like, why do you think sleep is so important? And they say you need 6 to 8 hours, because if we're not like there, like if we don't get sleep, our body will literally start to deteriorate. And that's where people are losing their outlook on health. Health is so important, and we have to know that, yes, in order to get to where we want to go, we have to keep pushing. We cannot let things get in our way. We cannot fall into this comfort state of mind. We have to just keep working at it. But rest is part of that scheduling. When you're working so hard, you have to give yourself time to just breathe and to just catch your breath and then go right back into it. But when you rest, do not get stuck into that just rest mindset. Always continue to work, but just make rest a part of your schedule because it will really be beneficial. Next is the version of you who's rebuilding her self-worth after being torn down. Now, if someone is in your life and you feel like they're just really either weighing me down or, like I said, tearing me down, self-worth comes from right here, our heart. If you have a big heart and you're just giving it to everybody, it makes you too open and available to a lot of people that don't deserve that. There's a lot of people out here that are taking advantage of like the kind and just gentle people that come from the best and genuine place. And it's up to us to just really know, and that's why I said be aware of your surroundings and in tune with people, like, and how people work. And that goes hand in hand with also loving yourself, because you see how you work. And when you just see how people work and who they are, like, because people can put up this front, but you gotta see through that front. You gotta be like, nah, I see something and I don't like it that much. Like, that's where self-worth comes in, being aware, being in tuned, and knowing who you are and saying that you can't shut me down with just words. You can't shut me down with this, and learning how to say no. Saying no is so important. If we said yes to everything, first of all, we'd be run down like a mess. So learn how to say no to people. And it's not a bad thing. No, I'm not gonna do this. No, you're not gonna do this to me. Or like, it's nothing wrong with saying no. It's the most beautiful thing to just say, I have self-worth. I am setting boundaries for myself because I know what I want and I know what I don't want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace.